Now, if you're still using your kit lens on your Sony mirrorless camera, what are you doing? The easiest way to get your videos and photos from looking like this to this is to finally upgrade your lens. So follow along in this video to see which lenses are the best bang for your buck for your first lens purchase for your Sony full frame or APS-C crop camera. Let's do it. My name is JJ, but I go by Tech Boogie, and I help creators with tips and tools to help them level up their content. Now, back when I first got my DSLR 12 years ago or so, I didn't know what it was called or how it was done, but all I know is I wanted to get that blurry background on my images. Fast forward to today, I now know that effect is called bokeh. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I only use lenses that give me that effect. Now, you probably noticed with most phones having portrait mode these days, it makes it even more important that if you want your mirrorless images to stand out from the crowd, you're gonna have to upgrade from that kit lens to do it. Not only will you have that blurry background effect on your photos and videos, but you'll also be able to have brighter and sharper images that look higher quality. Now, I'm gonna break down my recommendations into two sections for full frame and crop sensor cameras with a bonus section for vloggers. So let's go ahead and get into this so we can get rid of that kit lens. Heads up, y'all, all the items I'm gonna be mentioning in this video are gonna be linked in the description. So clicking those will help me out so much as far as creating this content for you. Thanks. My recommendation for 90% of content creators that are looking to get serious with their craft will always be to buy a standard zoom. Now, for a full frame camera like a Sony a7, a a7S III, FX3, etc., this usually falls in a zoom range around 24 to 70 millimeters, and there's several great lens options to choose from. Now, these lenses are loved by so much because they're mad versatile. With a twist of the wrist, you can get wide shots like this, which are great at capturing environments and taking in a whole scene. Then instantly you can zoom in like this, which is amazing for portraits and getting in close to objects or subjects. They also typically have an aperture of at least 2.8, which gives you that blurry professional background look that you know I love so much. My first lens purchase personally was the Tamron 28-75 2.8. which is solid and the most affordable option out of the bunch at $899. Now, if you don't mind spending a little bit more money for a higher quality image, I would recommend Sigma's 24-70 Art 2.8. It's $1,000 and rivals Sony's version of the lens, which is double the price. If that lens was out when I bought my first Sony full frame camera, I probably would have went with the Sigma, but it wasn't out, so I still rock with my Tamron. Now, when it comes to crop Sony cameras or APS-C like the a6000 series, I'm also gonna recommend a standard zoom as your first lens purchase. The standard zoom range for crop sensors is around 16 to 55 millimeters. We also wanna make sure we get a lens that has a wide aperture of at least 2.8 to get that blurry background look and to take in more light, because you're gonna need more light in a crop sensor camera. My favorite and best bang for the buck as far as crop Sonys is hands down the Sigma 15 to 50 millimeter 2.8. It's super sharp compared to the kit lens the camera comes with and has that juicy 2.8 aperture, which lets you shoot in darker conditions while maintaining that quality look. And the best part about this lens, y'all, at the time of making this video, is $489, which is a steal for what you get, and will keep your videos and photos looking crispy for years to come. Alright, so you know I had to make a special section for the vloggers out there, because while the lenses mentioned above really cover 90% of what most people will need as their first lens, if you're a vlogger, you'll need something a little bit different. The reason for this is when you're vlogging, you're typically carrying your camera out at arm's length. And if you don't have a lens wide enough, the view will look cramped and too zoomed in. So if vlogging is your main purpose for buying a camera, then a wide zoom would be your best bet for your first lens purchase. Now, for the full frame vloggers, I recommend as a good introductory ultra wide angle lens is the Tamron 17-28. This is the lens I have on the camera right now. It's 2.8 and costs $799. Now, what's great about this lens is you get that 2.8 to blur out the background to really give focus in on your subject so they focus on what you're saying, but it's wide enough that you get the whole environment around you. Now, here's what it looks like on a normal zoom.
This is about the limit that you can get with a normal zoom. See how it's kind of cramped? That's not what you want if you're a vlogger. You want something that's wider and also gets you that shallow depth.
On a crop sensor Sony, I recommend the Sony 10-18 f4. This lens is priced at $548 and is the perfect lens to take your vlogging and videos up to the next level. Alright, I hope that was helpful for you in deciding what's the first lens you should purchase for your Sony camera. If you got some good tips in this video, please make sure you like and subscribe to let me know how you enjoyed the content. Once again, my name is JJ, also known as Tech Boogie, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Peace.